Hey gang, welcome to September New Moon. So those that has been procrastinating, well, guess what? Catch up, because it's never too late to start again. You know, for the last 4 years, we're moving towards the new era, the new beginning for some people, because what it is that really throughout the pandemic and before the pandemic, if you have already started way ahead of the game, you should be right now at a position that you only going to grow bigger and better for you and your community. I mean, if you guys have experienced, especially this month of August, if you have experienced the unbelievable up and down, whether it's in the political ring, whether it's in the everyday life of what we're going through, things has shifted so dramatically. Even the weather, the weather has been going crazy. So when we're going through this, it's like going through a funnel of changes. Even in our life too, and I'm like, whoa, it's just getting really switched. My last video I did was on August 24th, and those that has been on schedule per se will have felt this big, huge shift. And literally today is the last day of August, where August we have encountered so many different energy. Whether it's the Mercury retrograde, which just ended, and maybe it didn't end. Got some of it still going on because my computer and everything else is literally running out of memory, and it just shows how much I have created. Talking to the AT&T lady, she said, that's just too much. You need to upgrade your iCloud. I never heard anybody have that much things in their pictures and videos. And I'm just looking at my Zoom, and that also shows I don't have any more memories in it. And so exactly on cue, I have to move all of these things into a different segment of my life. And it's like what we're going to go through right now is a lot of people are closing that chapter or closing that window and starting anew. Even for my business, I mean, it's just been such a skyrocketing challenge, which I love. I wouldn't ask for it in any way than what it is today. Yes, it was an uphill battle. Yes, I got scoldings when I went to Japan, when I went there for my 50th birthday. And I'm trying to look for that video. And how much time I had to call just to get a scolding on my birthday, my 50 years, and it's been 6 years. And it's funny because next year it's going to be 7 years. And so when you look at like anything else in life, like they said that a child, when they are from born to their 7 years old, is the first way of life or wave of life that they start to create what the environment, what their senses, and using that sensibility, just like for animals, right? And so during that 0 to 7 age, and that's where we, at that 7-year mark, well, for me, or any age, when you hit that 7-year mark, whether you are 7 years old or whether you are 17, and it goes on. And so that 7 mark of that number will show you at that time, at that space of changes. And so when we grow to understand how we can use and manifest things around us, it's really during when the universe has the strength through either the moon, the new moon that is coming up this week, Monday. So this week, Monday, the 2nd, will give you this huge transformation. If you're there, great. If you're not there, start it. Start with September 2nd new moon. You know, like I said, it's never too late to start. It will be late if you never start. If you keep on procrastinating and you think back 7 years ago, or you think back just 7 days ago, what have you done to place you to a higher energy, right? So that's what we have to start to focus in order for us to like, how come she gets everything manifest? Or why does he always get his dream? Or why is that person so lucky? It's really about how they bring and recognize this little cue, you know, from the universe, like ding. And that's why meditation is really about manifestation, where you bring yourself to that vision, that level, and that clarity. How can I do this? Instead of why, using the word why. Why? Because why can be so much excuses. Like, why is the rent so high? Why is the milk so high? I mean, it is what it is. And what can we do about it? We can do about it by creating our own milk, literally. You know, almond milk, we can make it for less than $2. That's what I used to pay for if we make our own almond milk. Just take the time, get that recipe, and instead of buying something that is filled with chemicals or filled with who knows what, and we're paying $10 for it out here in Hawaii. So, you know, these things on how we approach and really, I mean, it's really up to you. If you procrastinate and then expect things to happen because you are ready, well, you got all that 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 7 year of procrastination. You got to catch up. You're not just going to get the gold pass just because. It doesn't work that way. And I learned that. I truly, truly learned that. So I don't give any passes, whether it comes to, you know, on my online courses. It's do it at your own pace. I don't school anybody. It's your choice. But don't come and expect when I'm in this section of life and you're still in this section of life that everything needs to be caught up. Everything is in there. You know, I created that time, that space to create things. And it's like anything else in life. You need to take that time to exercise, to read, to run. There's like 24 hours, 7 days a week, right? And how we use that time is really about how you access that knowledge and that information. Is what I always try my best to train my mindset. Once we get your mindset changed, you start to see the world in not a 3D level, because a 3D level is really this chaos that we live in right now, right? Everybody's complaining on why we have to pay rent so high. Why is the government is like this? Instead of changing that mindset into how can I see things to make it better for myself, for my family, for my community, for my tribe, for my loved ones, you know, is really going out there to create that stepping stone or that next level, you know. And so that's how everyone should start to gain that knowledge, and that will be your power. So September is really, when you look at the sign of September, it's really a rebirth of how you really want to move forward, right? So if you want to move forward, this is where you have to stand in that vertical leg up embryo style, right? And then when we reach that peak, and meaning that peak in June is going to be that time where you have to just push and push and push to get out head first, to breathe the new breath of life. But going through that canal or that vortex of life, you have to see the struggle, whether you get 3 jobs, whether you get 4 jobs, whether you hustle that extra 2 hours, or you hustle your month of just working it through. I mean, I did. Oh my God. From May, like when I think back, I was just hustling for the last 3 months. Starting in May, June, July. Yeah, it breaks in 3. June, exactly. And it was, let me tell you, the struggles, including the natural disaster that we just went through in Japan. Like, is everything okay? Because everything I make is made in Japan. And so those kind of crises does affect my business, what happens in Japan, because I have to make sure that everything is A-okay before I do promotions, before I launch out doing shows and things like that. And so these are the uncontrollable things. But if you keep on thinking and overthinking and only bringing out that negative energy, guess what? That is going to bounce back and play its role, and it's not going to go forward. And so bring in, it's just like what I do. Negative ion goes and pick up and kills all of the positive ion, which is good, but is exactly what it shows in life, because so much negativity kills that positivity and that bacteria, so we can live a neutral, wonderful life. And so that's something that we have to start to focus in September. When we look at the sign, we're up there. We're ready to hit the ground and strive forward. So September is really that new birth of going vertical, because once you start to move that, you're going to start to rebirth again in June. And so I hope that makes sense. If not, I used to have all these, videos and things that talks about this, and maybe I should start to make more of those videos. But for now, remember, the new moon is time to set out your intention straight up, go for it. There's going to be huge manifestation, especially if you did your due diligence in August, and get that balance to bring in that financial wealth of happiness. So you stay tuned for more of Coco Joe. It'll be wonderful if you can subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button, as well as check our great huge sale that's only going to last till September the 15th. For the last 3 years, I have been really launching and promoting our medical micro bubble session, as well as our micro bubble machine. Well, all good things must come to an end. It's been 3 years since we launched our medical micro bubble machine that has gained so much clarity and so much people to enjoy. So you stay tuned for more of Coco Joe Corner. And I truly look forward to seeing you out at one of our trade shows, our pop-up, because we're going to start it this month in September. So don't forget, the new moon is September the 2nd. We'll see you soon. And most of all, you take care. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you at our next event or back here at Coco Joe Corner. Aloha and enjoy the new moon.